Good Sunday evening, everyone. I just wanted to give you an update on a historic winter weather event that's going to be occurring across the South come Tuesday. It's very interesting, very intriguing for sure. But first of all, Bremel Brook Boutique bringing us our watch, warnings, and advisories. And Bremel Brook Boutique is a local business right here in Crossville. Check them out. Clothing, accessories. They'll get you looking nice for the winter. Looking at our watches, warning, advisories. Those pink shaded counties you see down in Texas and Louisiana, that's winter storm warnings. I shared on Facebook a while ago. New Orleans is under a winter storm warning for Tuesday. Biloxi, Mississippi. Those blue shaded counties you see across southern Alabama, southern Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, that's a winter storm watch. They've not yet been upgraded to a warning, but more than likely they will be for snow and ice. Now, for the most part, looking at their latest forecast, it looks like, generally speaking, 1 to 3 inches is going to be common, 1 to 3 inches of snow. But some places are going to get more than that. And some places are going to get ice that could be damaging. Some of you all are familiar with Gulf Shores, Alabama, Destin, Florida, Fort Walton Beach. They're looking more like an ice situation that could cause damage to trees and power lines. And some of those trees are palm trees. Savannah, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. Some of y'all are familiar with those areas. Freezing rain, sleet, snow that could cause incredibly high impacts. For one thing, none of these places you see shaded there are equipped to handle snow and ice. When I lived in Starkville, Mississippi, and it's just north of those blue shaded counties in Mississippi, just north of there. They weren't equipped at all. They'd throw sand and whatever they could on the snow when we got it. And when I lived there for 6 years, and I can remember at least two good snows while I was there and one ice event. So we would get winter precipitation down in central Mississippi, central Alabama, but to go down to the coast and get it, a little bit more unusual. A lot more unusual. For some of these folks, it's a once in a decade event, but for some, this is going to be a once in a lifetime event. And I think that's going to be mainly across Louisiana. Um, I'm telling you 1 to 3 inches widespread across these areas, but for Louisiana, I think they're going to end up with more like 3 to 6, maybe even as much as 8. Some of the guidance was coming in with a foot of snow is going to fall on some folks down there. Maybe even more than that. It just depends on how this low performs once it gets going down there. So they have the potential in Louisiana, I think, to be the big newsmakers from this winter weather event. But everybody's going to be making the news. I mean, can you imagine? 3 inches of snow falling on some of these places, or even 2 inches, or even one. Look how far down into Florida these winter storm watches. It's crazy. So an interesting time. Now you'll notice in our neck of the woods, we've got those pink shaded counties in the Smokies and then up to spine of the Appalachians. That's for tonight's system. So that has nothing to do with the Tuesday system. That's tonight. In fact, over in the Smoky Mountains, they're expecting anywhere from 8 to 10 inches of snow tonight. Yeah. So if you want to see a good snow, head over to the old Smoky and you'll see a good one up there. Now, Premier Generator is bringing us the weather map for Tuesday. I want to show you this because this is when all the action is going to take place to our south, right along that coast. Look at that. And this is too far south. I know when I got snow in Mississippi, I would call up here and mom and dad would be like, we don't have anything. So when systems go that far south, we don't get anything here on the plateau. We do have a chance for some flurries on Tuesday, but it's not directly related to the winter storm passing to our south. Look how far down in the Gulf that low is. I mean, it's just crazy. We worry about our warm air being pulled up on us during snow events from Mississippi and Alabama. And here they are. They're going to be, watching that warm air, see if it gets pulled up from the Gulf itself while they're getting this wintry precipitation. So just a bizarre situation. So over in the Smokies, they're getting 8 to 10 inches of snow tonight, and that's from northwest flow snow. Now, it's caused by upslope winds hitting those mountains. You see that blue arrow coming in from the west, hits those mountains, that air rises, cools, condenses, and you see in the diagram down below, drops the precipitation, which tonight definitely cold enough over in the Smokies for that to be snow. On the other side of the mountains, you don't get anything because the air is sinking. And so sinking air is not conducive for cloud development or precipitation. So you get all kinds of snow on one side and don't get anything on the other, literally nothing on the other. And so the Smokies are oriented. This is a topographical map showing the Smoky Mountains. And so they're from southwest to northeast, just like we are on the plateau. But when that northwest wind hits that mountain range, it's at a 90-degree angle. And so that's the maximum uplift possible from hitting at a 90-degree angle. And so that air rises, cools, condenses, drops the snow. We get northwest flow snow here on the plateau. That's what we're getting tonight. So those flurries that you see flying around like crazy out there right now, that's northwest flow snow. So yeah, so they're going to be getting a lot of snow tonight. And if only we were 3 to 6,000 feet, we, would have all kinds of snow up here on the plateau. Clearview Closet and Blind brings us our 5-day forecast, and I'll give you a preview of this tonight because I'll have it updated in the morning. But just wanted to show you that we're looking cold tomorrow still. You may say, well, we're going down to 3 tonight, right? Well, we might. There's one thing that could save us tonight, and that's these clouds. If these clouds will hold on through the night, and they might, we'll stay closer to 10 degrees for a low. If skies clear, I'm gonna say there's about 70% chance the skies are gonna clear, and then that's when we drop down to 3. So, but there is about 30% chance of us holding on to these clouds. Skies clear tomorrow, but then clouds come back in Monday night, partly because of that winter storm on the Gulf Coast. It is going to throw clouds up our way. A front's going to come through Tuesday morning. And I think that's going to kick off some snow flurries. So you may see some flurries flying around. Those are not going to be impactful, not looking for any accumulation, but you can see some flurries. The good news is those cloudy skies Monday night, that's why we're only going down to 10. So they act like a blanket. They hold in what little heat we had during the day, that 20 degrees. We're holding in that heat. The bad news is Tuesday night, skies clear out big time. That storm's moving off to our east. That causes a maximum dropping in our subsidence with our air. In layman's terms, we get cold. 3 may be optimistic. We may go down to 0 Tuesday night. So be prepared for that. That will be the coldest. If it's not, if either tonight or Tuesday night will be the coldest of the 5 days. So I bet you anything Tuesday night ends up being colder than tonight. Another good news. Look at the winds on there. They're never over 5. So that's good. I noticed I stepped outside a while ago. The winds out here subsiding a bit. That's good. They will continue to subside as we go through the night. Wednesday, we stay sunny and we start warming it up. Thursday, we're up into the 30s. And then Friday, we're up into the 30s. We have a front coming through again. It's not a strong front, but I think it could kick off some flurries. The guidance has always suggested that. That might end up being a little bit more impactful. Stay tuned. Things change fast this time of the year, and things change fast when we're in an active pattern that we're in right now. So keep checking back just in case something tries to surprise us. I'm doing my best to keep anything from surprising us. So keep tuning back in. USA Mortgage level of concern for Monday. We're level 2 for dangerously cold temperatures and slick spots on area roads. Keep in mind there's no school tomorrow because of the holiday, the Martin Luther King holiday, and some people are off for the inauguration. So there's no school tomorrow. There's not going to be as much traffic tomorrow as usual, so that could cause the roads to be delayed in improving. Sometimes that traffic can get them improved just a little bit, but we won't see as much of that tomorrow. Weichert Realtors bringing us a 6 to 10 day threat outlook. Below normal temperatures still favored. Monitoring January 26th. You may say, well, Mark, I thought you said you were monitoring the 25th. Well, now that's on the 5-day forecast. So that's been bumped up to the 5-day. Now we're looking ahead even farther down the road to, say, the 26th. Now, I keep hearing a lot of talk about, something's going to happen on next weekend. Something's going to happen next weekend. Right now, it's looking like rain to me. This Arctic high is going to move off to our east. That gives us southerly flow. We should warm up into the 40s. But stay tuned because it is a heavy precipitation. It looks like a lot of precipitation is going to be with this system. But right now, I'm leaning toward rain. But like I said, I'll keep a close eye on things. I'll keep you posted. Folks, you be careful out there. Stay warm. Make sure your heat is safe. Make sure those outdoor fur babies are okay. Make sure your pipes are ready. So we'll get through this cold week and it'll be spring before you know it if that's what you're looking for. I'm still looking for a good snow. But we'll see. I don't know. I may have to go to New Orleans to get a good snow. But anyway, you folks have a wonderful start to your week tomorrow. I have a forecast update out in the morning. You just keep turning it right back here to Meteorologist Mark.